Yes, people, here we are, St James Park, full time, Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 2. It's a funny one, I don't really know how to react. So I was about to go mental after Bournemouth taking the lead 2-1, and when 10 minutes stoppage time got it on, you think surely we've got a chance to come back and get to this, but and at that point, I was going to lose the plot, even though I try my best not to. But I'm not, because at the end it's a point, but again it's not the win, it's not 3 points. If you're struggling to beat Bournemouth and Luton here at home, and you're going to struggle overall. Someone just said there in the concourse to me, I'm not going to see you in Milan next year. And I replied saying you'd be lucky to see me in Moldova if we get Conference League 7th place, because at the minute it's not looking great, is it? I mean, like I say, if you kind beat those teams in and around the relegation mix at home, it's worrying. Yes, it's good that we obviously came back, got a point, didn't get beat. But at the same time, I thought it was a poor performance today. I really did. I thought it was poor. We had 3 different forwards there as our number 9. And we ended the pitch with Jacob Murphy there as our number 9. 2024, sorry, not 2014. In the year 2024, we have ended a game with Jacob Murphy as our striker after a takeover. How the hell is that being allowed to happen? Mind-boggling stuff. Absolutely mind-boggling. But it's Matt Ritchie who finishes the game by booting a corner flag away. Matt Ritchie destroying corner flags like it is 2018. What are you saying, mate?
We're locking the gates.
You're locking the gates, right? We're getting kicked out. So, Matt Ritchie there destroying corner flags like it's 2018. It's a madness. But fair play, Matt Ritchie coming off the bench. Ritchie's revenge, getting that goal against Bournemouth there, getting that goal against his former side. He could do something, because still after all this time, Eddie Howe cannot beat his former side. Eddie Howe cannot get one over on the Cherries. No matter what he does, what happens, we cannot seem to get the win over Bournemouth. There was see how they battle through the crowds, and I go across the road. I reckon actually we'll just stand out here. We'll stand out here in the corner here doing the match reaction after we get kicked out of St James Park. But so there it is, 2-2 against Bournemouth. Listen, we needed to win the day, didn't we? We needed that win. We needed to climb up the table. We needed to keep amongst it, because we've got Arsenal away next. But like I said, the home form just isn't where it's at. Away form, we've picked it up. We've won a few away. It has been 4 now up in the Premier League without a win at St James Park, so that is not good enough. But I've got to say, overall today, I thought Bournemouth were probably deserved of at least a point. Yeah, I hated them. I thought Bournemouth were a disgrace. They were cheating. They were time wasting from the minute go. Absolute time wasters. I've got Bournemouth players doing backflips in front of me. What the hell is going on? Semesi, whatever his name is. Lionel Senesi. At this point, do you know what I mean? He was doing backflips in front of me there, where I was at the corner flag. Shocking stuff. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. They'd take the 2-1 lead. Well, they took a 1-0 lead, didn't they? Both times Newcastle had to fight back. And you've got to say, Bournemouth probably deserved that lead. I thought Martin Dubravka was man of the match at half time. He really was. You know, he's some brilliant saves from him from close range, but then they take the lead through. Is it a Dubravka error? He slips, yes, but is it a suicide ball from Sven Botman? Yes, it is. Do you know what I mean? He really sells Dubravka short there, and Bournemouth take the lead. And Newcastle just struggled throughout it. I just didn't think we had that fluidity about it. I thought we were slow in the play. I thought we were slow in the middle of the park again. I thought Bruno at times and other players just didn't release the ball enough, even though the likes of Louis Miley did very well in disrupting play and getting stuck in and that. I just didn't think we had enough about it in the wide areas. You know, you could really see that we had wingers up top of Jay, that we're just relying too much on wingers in the same type of player to break between the lines, because without no striker, without no vocal point, without no real movement, you could say everyone was the same, whether it was Gordon, Miggy or Barnes. I thought Barnes was quiet, to be fair. I was disappointed in Harvey Barnes. I've been bigging him up his return, and obviously he scored against Luton in the last game at St James's, but today he was quiet. I thought Almiron, yes, he was lively, gets into some good areas, but he's wasteful with it. Time and time again, Miggy's just aimlessly crossing it into the box, aimlessly passing it without looking, no head up, just booting into the box, hoping somebody's there. He's not aware that we don't have a bloody striker, so there's nobody in the box. And you look around the rest of the pitch, though, Trippier had a decent game, but we've got to obviously talk about Dan Burn, because yet again, surprise, surprise, Dan Burn gets done for pace and Bournemouth lead 2-1. I mean, how many times are going to repeat ourselves now? And everyone around me, everyone in the stadium where I was, is shouting for Tino, and then Eddie Howe does mentally bring on Tino after the mistake. It's like, a little bit too late, Eddie. A little bit too late there. You're a minute late. If you had done that a minute ago, we might have still been level. But he brings Tino on, and once Burn makes another mistake, and he gets caught out. You know, Burn gets done for pace again. How many times are we going to repeat ourselves? How many times are we going to say the same thing week in, week out, where Dan Burn is done for pace. And he does, like I said, that Semenzi, whatever he's called, Senesi. He's doing backflips in front of me. He's a great finish, but it's too easy for him. It is too easy for him to get past Dan Burn. And let's listen, it's not just Burn, we've said that in the podcast as well. It's the midfield, especially without dual internet, offering some cover, some protection. He does get found out quite easily, but he is at fault ultimately, and that's thrown by Tino coming on from him. And then straight after that, their goal scorer, that's Senesi, comes off because he's not getting any joy. He hasn't got the pace anymore. He's not getting any joy past Tino, so they bring him off. And that shows all we need to learn. Again, it's just mental that every single week Dan Burn's getting played, man, and it's the same old mistake, and it's the same old thing that is costing us. It is crazy that we repeat ourselves. And yes, people will be in the comments, oh, he's slating Dan Burn, stick up for Dan Burn. You're nuts, and you're not watching the game properly, honestly, because it's week in, week out now, and everyone around me shouting for Tino. So it's not me being negative, not me slating players, don't want to do that. But at the end of the day, that's what's cost us the second goal. Even though, again, the day, just like in recent times, we've seen it. Listen, we conceded 4 to Luton a fortnight ago, conceded 2 to Bournemouth there. Both them teams are in the bottom 6 of the league or whatever, bottom half. Especially Luton, obviously fighting relegation. Concede that many goals is just unacceptable, man. Another game here without a win. And it's pleating away now, and you've got to say where it looks like, 7th is probably best bet. But I've got to say, Matt Ritchie, fair play to the bloke. He's with 40 next week. Gordon Ramsay coming off the bench, booting away corner flags, gets the equaliser against his former side, gets a 2-2. So obviously it could have been a lot worse. Bournemouth could have obviously hung on to the 3 points. Could have been coming away here a lot angry and a lot more gutted. That we've been defeated. But you think when them 10-minute boards go up, I honestly fancy us to go on and at least get the draw like we did, but I thought we could have got the winner. But again, there's just not enough. There's blocks in the box, there's this, that and the other, but you can just tell that we're not that clinical, not that creative. We're missing that Isaac, we're missing that Wilson, we're missing that player to really open the opposition up, because it's not good enough. But I've got to finish off by saying the referee today was an absolute disgrace. Everyone was booing the ref, everyone was giving the ref loads of grief. He was shocking, man. That referee was absolutely stinking the day. The amount of time wasting by Bournemouth, the amount of times that the referee should have got out his yellow cards. He didn't do it until the last 20 minutes. Literally didn't do it until the last 20 minutes. It took far too long to boot players, far too long to take control of the game. Rings of you're not fit to wear their shirt, you're not fit to referee around St James at half time, because he really wasn't. He was appalling, man. Absolutely terrible. Terrible stuff by that referee. He must be a Bournemouth fan or something, because he wasn't hurrying them up when they were taking ages doing backflips like it was One Direction and bloody the other one out of Britain's Got Talent. What was it back in the day? Forgot the name of the dance group now. It's not One Direction, Destiny, something like that, whatever it was. Diversity. Bournemouth were doing up diversity today, doing backflips, and no time wasting was being called. But yeah, referee crap. Newcastle not great overall, pretty poor, which is a shame after the Forest game last week. Just not creative enough, not doing enough, and then caught out at the back yet again. But that'll do for me, people. It's going to be a quiet week for me next week on the channel, as I'm away on holiday tomorrow. A good few days break away, but I will be down Arsenal next Saturday, so there'll be videos coming from Friday and Saturday on that trip. Drop your thoughts on the score today, on the game overall in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel TV and enjoy yourself.